Looky here, we got a delivery yesterday. I finally got my steel for the roof, my extension on my garage. Cool deal, 17 footers. Actually, I went to Lowe's first, but Lowe's didn't have the color that I wanted. They only had green and silver. So, and I was looking at the prices on them, and the 14 footers in Lowe's were $40. So I get to remembering that the guy that I buy my rough cut lumber off of down the road here was telling me about a guy not too far in town. He's probably 10-minute ride from my house that sells it. You got to order it and it comes in a week later. So I said, let me go check it out and see what he's got. I went down there and asked him, how much you getting a 17 footer for, brown? And he looks it up and he says $38.50. And I said, wow, $38.50? I said, Lowe's wants $40 for a 14 footer. He said, well, I'm selling them for $38.50. I said, well, get me 6 of them because that's what I need. So here they lay. So now we got to get them up. Well, that was the last screw. It's all done. The only other thing I got to do is where this roof matches up the existing roof. See, I don't know if you can see that. There's a little space, so I might have to measure that little bit of a space there, and either gonna put a piece of wood. I might even just stick like a hose. I got a thick piece of PVC pipe. I don't know, I gotta see what I'm gonna do there. I'm worried about a little bit of rain getting there. I don't know if it will or not, but I'll put something in there anyway. But anyway, there you go. Extension of the workshop. And I was doing a little calculating on this, how much this cost me to put up. And it was under $400 to do this. Between the roof was about $250 with the screws, and the lumber that I spent wasn't that much, and nails, I was recycling nails that I pulled out of some boards I don't know how long ago. These are the nails I was straightening out on the anvil here, and I used all them up. So on the $400, not a bad deal. Mostly, all these beams, they all came out of the woods. So now I got a nice open airy space to work out here in the summertime. Cutting lumber or whatever I'm going to do out here. I can get my vehicle in here if it's raining and I work on it. And my four-wheeler or whatever tractors, get out of the rain. So, good deal. I'm just going to get, the only other thing I want to get on top of here, I want to get a piece of plywood. Because I'm going to be having some saws on here. I don't want the sawdust falling underneath and getting on top of whatever I'm going to be putting under here. And that's about it. I got a little extra wood. I built another shelf up there. Built a shelf above this door. This section I ain't going to put any shelving because I'm going to stack firewood in here. So when I got to use my wood stove in the garage in the winter time, I can just come out the door and get wood. I don't have to go all the way over to my other wood piles. So actually, maybe you can see now. You see that little space up in there? I got to close up that gap. So I'm going to think about that and see what I'm going to do there. And then that's about it. And I'm going to get my saws and all that stuff that I got inside there situated out here. And then I'm ready to roll. All right, YouTube. Take it easy.